Hey, this is Pete Jones with goodinthehead.com, coming at you from Arizona. It's beautiful out here this morning. I was listening to an interview on the YouTube show called Impact Theory, given by Tom Bilyeu to Swami, and it sparked something within my thoughts that I wanted to share. About 16, 17 years ago, I used to work in the oil fields in Wyoming and Colorado, and I learned about the Law of Displacement because we had to keep the gas down below the ground so it wouldn't come up and blow up the rig. We would have to mix mud, which was really heavy, and as we were drilling, we would circulate water throughout the hole to keep the friction down on the drill bit. And every once in a while, when the gas would start to bubble up, which was really dangerous, we would have to pump a lot of mud down the hole. And what that would do is it would displace or push out the water, and the mud would replace all of the water. And I thought about that in my life and all the incredibly bad habits, the addictions that I've had over the years, and how through the law of displacement, those have almost completely disappeared from my life. And I wanted to share this as kind of a secret that I discovered by accident almost. But about 5 years ago, I began a journey. I was awakened in some way. I started searching for answers, for things that would help me to get away from the things in my life that were destroying me and those I loved so much that were around me at all times. And the thing that I focused on was personal development, and I started looking at names like Earl Nightingale, Tony Robbins, John Earl Schoaf, and pretty soon started discovering YouTube videos given by Tom Bilyeu, Lisa Bilyeu, Ed Milet, Lewis Howes, and every one of their guests. I dove deep into their worlds and started to research them, and fortunate enough to work in a place where I work with my hands, and my mind was in a dark place, and I needed it to change, and so I started displacing the dark with the light. And it's been such a great experience. Sometimes I still have bad days when I'm tired or hungry or too hot. The physical overtakes the inner world that I've now been living mostly. And I get dark real fast. And it's almost like when you go four-wheeling, you know, those tire ruts that you fall into and your tires get stuck in them and they just stay there, you know, until you keep going and going. You find a place where you can drive up out of there, or you gotta call a friend to come and tow you out. But through this law of displacement, I've bombarded my brain. It's almost like hooking up a fire hose when all you need is really a garden hose, and just shooting in so much water that all the mud is then pushed out. And it clears it up and undarkens the mind. So Earl Nightingale says we become what we think about, and our thoughts create our feelings. And so through these truths, I look at the way I feel sometimes and backtrack and discover what I'm thinking about. And because they're so directly related, I have now been able to begin consistently thinking better thoughts and adding better content. And it's through some of these great inspirational people that have provided such amazing platforms for all their incredible guests to come and share their enlightened intellectual knowledge and their education and their stories and their tips and their tricks, you know, on how to live a better life, live a life of greatness, access that little spark within and ignite it and make it into a burning fire. So the law of displacement, it's a real thing. Never thought that drilling rig days would come back and remind me of anything, really. I thought I left that whole world behind me, but I'm grateful that I learned the law of displacement and for how it works in my life today. If it can work for a total piece of shit like the person I used to be and change someone like me into something better, it can do it for you. So try it out. Check out these shows. All the names that I dropped, dive deep into their worlds, research who they are, what they're about, the guests that they have on their shows, and I promise you, miracles are coming your way. You deserve the best. We all do. Yeah. Good things are coming your way, and you deserve that. We're all so connected. We're all literally one. When I hear the saying, that the eyes are the window to the soul, I love that, because when I look at someone in their eyes, I see me. I see a reflection of who I am, no matter what they're doing or how they're living their lives. I can see the good that's there in them. And my wife teases me all the time because I love to talk to strangers and connect with anyone and everyone around me. But we're all so connected already through that divine inner light or that spark that's within us all. And I really believe that how we love ourselves is how we're going to love others. And when we can amplify and expand that love and that knowledge on how to love ourselves better, we're going to be able to love others better as well. And really, together is better, like Simon Sinek says. He's the first interview I saw on Tom Bilyeu's show, Impact Theory, and that one's worth checking out. Really, they all are, all the guests. They mold and shape the mind of anyone who's willing to listen to them and learn from them. And if you're in a rough spot, you're depressed, you're full of anxieties, you don't know which way to go or where to start, just hook up that fire hose and download some information. Just like Neo on the Matrix, when he was downloading Kung Fu, he woke up instantly and was like, I know Kung Fu. And Morpheus is like, prove it. And they went in there and they fought. Well, downloading these things into your mind and listening to these shows is going to be just like hooking in and knowing Kung Fu. You can have some tools that you've never had before. Use them. Create a life. That's what it's for. I wish you well on this day and in your life journey. Right by an airport. But check out these shows, man. Create a life that you deserve. Much love.